Hey guys, it's Brittany from Coffee Planner Mom, and I'm here today to talk just some general planner newbie tips slash things that you can plan. So 2020 is not just a brand new year, but a brand new decade, and a lot of us want to make sure that we've got all of our ducks in a row and we are going to be living our best lives. So what a lot of people might be doing at the start of every year, it seems like a lot of people want to really get laser focused and get into planning. Now there is digital planning, but a lot of people are now coming around into the paper planning world, which I love. I love paper planning and using an actual planner. But if you're brand new, you might look at all the space that you have in your planner and wonder, what am I going to put in this? Because typically, when I was younger, if I had a planner or a calendar, usually it was just a wall calendar, I would put down birthdays and appointments, and that was basically it. I would never touch it. Sometimes something special was coming up, I'd do a countdown, but having an actual paper planner, it opens up so many other just options of things that you can sit down and plan out. So I do want to try to keep this more conversational, like I'm talking to my friend, because this video actually stemmed from one of my personal friends messaging me about wanting to get into a paper planner. And then as I was messaging her back, the idea for this video just kind of came up. So I do have a little bit pre-planned, but I kind of want to take this as more of I'm sitting here and talking with you guys. Forgive any weird clips in and out and edits. It's me just taking sips of water. So, depending on what planner you have opted for, it kind of depends on what's going to work out best for you. Certain planners have some of the the guesswork already taken care of for you, depending on what your style is. If you're an hourly planner, you could have if you like that just, I don't know what, chronological, there you go. And just having everything linear like that by the hour, an hourly planner lets you really break it down like that. There are some planners and some inserts where it actually breaks it down into just different sections. So you can have habit trackers, you can have shopping lists, those sorts of things. So whether you have a planner that has these things already drawn out for you or not, you can still have that in your planner. And if you have that already in your planner and you decide that's not what you want to do, that's fine. Use stickers, whiteout, washi tape, anything that you need to cover up whatever is in your planner that you don't want, so you can put in the things that you do want. Now, for me personally, I like to use my planner. I have multiple planners. I like to use them for different things. So my main planner, I keep track of my cleaning list. Okay, so my cleaning schedule, every Monday I sit down and I just do my basic, hit all the things that I do on a weekly basis. So you can do that. You can have a section in your planner for your cleaning list, your weekly schedule. On your monthly spread, what you can do is those things that you're well, this doesn't happen every week, but I need to make sure that I know when this needs to get done. You can put that in your monthly spread so that it's also, and this is at the very bottom of my list, but it's kind of helps to act as a when was the last time that I, whatever. You can easily go back and reference whatever that was in your monthly spread. So I'm trying to think of certain things that you don't do on a weekly basis. So cleaning your baseboards, or I don't do my stainless steel all the time, the kitchen appliances, the fronts of them. So polishing up my appliances, something that I can put down in the monthly spread. Oh, Pepper is over here. She's my dog. So flea medicine, okay? If you have pets, anything that you need to keep track of for them, obviously you're not going to give them flea medicine every week, but you want to make sure that you are keeping track of when you are doing that. So that's something that you can do on your monthly spread. So this is how you can kind of differentiate, because most planners will come with those two separate spreads. And if you are doing inserts, you might be looking to pick up other inserts as well to help you just really compartmentalize the different things. So to kind of give you an idea of what you can put on your monthly spread versus your weekly spread. So the weekly spread are the things that for me happen every week, and then I can plan things that pop up or in between all that around what's already there. So a cleaning schedule, laundry schedule, if you have to do your laundry just one day a week, at least you can sit down and see what day that is. Or if you try to do the whole one load a day, you can sit and plan out what loads are going to happen on what days. So for me, regular laundry on Monday, towels on Tuesdays. That's why I always mark off Towel Tuesday. It just makes it easier for me to remember when I need to wash the towels. You figure out what day you want to do sheets, when you're going to do each of the other loads of laundries, that sort of thing. Work schedules. So all these different like schedules that you need to do. So really anything for work, whether it's a schedule, any sort of work events, deadlines, those sorts of things, you can keep track of in whatever's going to work out better for you, your weekly spread or your monthly spread. So my monthly spread, I like to use it to help me pre-plan things out. So as things come up, I put it in my monthly spread so that it doesn't get lost. And then at the start of each week, I translate it into that weekly spread just so that it moves, translates, that's transfer. That's the word I'm looking for. So I have it in both spots, but it just helps me to make sure that like the monthly spread is more of like a future thing in that case. Or like I was saying earlier, a past thing. So you can flip through and say, when was the last time Other things that you can keep track of are like entertainment. So any concerts that are coming up, when they get announced, this way you can remember when the concert is going to be, when the tickets go on sale, so you can make sure that you get them. Any sorts of movie premieres, we would always make sure that we knew exactly when all of those Marvel movies were coming out. We are very anxiously waiting for the Black Widow movie to come out now. But movies, any sort of TV shows, this way you can make sure that you don't forget about it. If you want to sit and schedule in your time, you want to make sure that you don't miss any of the little Baby Yoda episodes, because let's face it, it's Baby Yoda. So you want to make sure that you are remembering when your shows are coming on so you can catch them before any spoilers get posted on social media. Now, here is something to keep in mind. Depending on the whatever layout you end up choosing for your planner, you might have a section that's for like important or focus, like a different box or an entire sidebar, or just a notes section in your weekly spreads. That can help you keep track of things that you would otherwise put on each like individual day to try to clean up that weekly spread and keep it all concentrated in one spot. So for that, like for me, I like to keep all of my dinners in my sidebar because I use a vertical planner. So I keep all of my dinners over there so I can pre-plan everything out, and it also helps to make sure that if I'm going to be doing a crock pot meal, I can reference my planner and see the day before, oh, I need to pull this out of the freezer so it can thaw in time for the morning, as opposed to pulling out in the morning for it to be ready by the night. So it just kind of helps to make things go a little bit smoother. You can also get like habit trackers, or you can just fill it in yourself where you put down the one thing that you want to do every single day, and then put little boxes. You can put the initials for the days of the week and then just check it off as you go. So let's say that you are trying to pick up something where you want to practice and you need to make sure that you're practicing it every day. Or if you want to make sure that you are spending time reading every day or working out every day, you can put that as a habit tracker. And like I said, you can get it as a sticker or you can design it yourself so that you have it in that one spot instead of putting it in all 7 spots on your weekly spread. It just kind of helps to clean it up a little bit and give you more space in those daily spots if you feel like you're like the space is at a premium. So you can do it either way. If you like, let's say that you do, like, because I mentioned working out. Let's say that you want to make sure that you're keeping track of exactly how you're working out, or you want to keep track of like calories, time that you're spending working out, what type of exercises you're doing. That you might want to keep track of in the weekly spread instead, because you're going to want to go into greater detail as opposed to, yes, I remembered to do it today. So like I said, you just want to try to make sure that you're thinking about how you want the planner to work out best for you and do it in your own way, because maybe just having it as like a, oh, yep, check, I worked out, isn't going to be right, and you want to make sure that you're actually being more detailed. So do that over in your weekly spread. Some other things that you could also keep track of in either your you know, that sidebar or whatever it is, depending on your layout, and your weekly, like the actual days of the weeks, is water drinking. So let's say you want to actually sit and keep track of how many glasses of water you're drinking. So there are stickers that you can get, or you can just draw it in yourself. You can do like a little water droplet down at the bottom or at the top of the day, and draw out 8 drops or 10 drops, however many glasses you want to drink. And then as you're drinking those waters, fill in one of those little water droplets, or you can do circles or whatever you want. I'm just saying water droplets because we're keeping track of drinking water. So that sort of thing. What else do I have on this list? Oh, events and birthdays. So I mentioned work events earlier, but you're probably going to want to keep track of birthdays as well. At least I do. You might not want to. It's up to you. It's your planner. But in my planner, I like to keep track of birthdays. I'm never really good at remembering to tell people happy birthday, but at least like it's in my planner and I'm remembering them on their day. I'm just not remembering to tell them happy birthday. Maybe that's my New Year's resolution for 2020, is to remember to tell people happy birthday. Yeah, I'm gonna get on that. That's something else that you can do, is you can use, for most planners, there's going to be like notes pages at the end of it, or some sort of page in between each of the months where you can keep track of different things. So you can use that as like kind of like a brain dump, or you can use it to kind of keep track of like almost like a different spread entirely. So I've used filler paper, which I like. I use a happy planner, so I'm able to easily add in extra pages as I want to. Sometimes most of the time I buy paper from Happy Planner, but with them I actually have, and I have it right here, the Happy Planner punch, so that if there's any pages, like papers and stuff that I get that I want to put in my planner, I can just use that and it punches the holes and I can just stick it right in my planner. I lost the train of thought, but you can punch things in. Oh, that's it, the filler paper spreads. So that also can open up a whole new world of things that you can plan. So I planned things from holidays, so planning out like meal plan, everything out, get my shopping list done and all of that, so that it's on one page instead of it cluttering up my weekly or my monthly layouts. You can also do vacation planning, that sort of thing. What are some other things that I've done? I've done a spread for summer, because like I try to make sure that I do plenty of fun things with the kids over their summer vacation. Yes, it kind of makes me feel like a cruise director a little bit, but I want to make sure that I have plenty of things planned for them to make the summer break special. So I sat down for this past summer and I planned out all these different things, like different events that were happening locally, free things I could take them to, things that I could do around the house in case they were like, I'm bored, because inevitably kids get bored on summer break. So it really did range. So it wasn't necessarily like I was trying to keep them entertained the whole time, but it was trying to make sure that there was always something that I could say, why don't you do this? So, you know, that's something that you can also do. If you don't have a planner system that allows you to put in these extra pages, I know planners like Erin Condren will have some note paper some note paper at the back of her planners, and there is some sort of a notes page in front of each monthly divider for her planners from what I've seen. I haven't checked out her newest planner, but I know in years past it had that. Some other things that you can keep track of in your planner are errands that you need to run. So I actually have a separate planner for that. So I do put like appointments and stuff in my main planner, but I have an on-the-go planner, so that keeps track of like the different stores that I need to go to, because depending on what area you live in, you might need to actually sit and plan out where you're going to go, because not everything is going to be centrally located to everybody. And you might need to actually plan your shopping trips. So that's something that you can do. And then also in my on-the-go planner, I always make sure that I have 1 or 2 checklists in each weekly spread. And that is what I put down for my shopping list, not my grocery list, because that's completely different. But this is just basically like your Target run, because I found that I was going to Target on like a daily basis, because I'm like, oh, let me just go and grab this. And I couldn't just go and grab one thing. So, and there were times where I would say, oh, I forgot to get this on my run to Target earlier today, and I'd go back a second time. Also not getting just one thing. So I put a little like shopping list in my planner so that as I realize, oh, I need to get this, I need to get this, I would just write it down so I could make 1 or 2 runs to the store. And sometimes it wasn't just Target. Sometimes I would need to run to Home Depot, or I need to go somewhere else. So I would always just make sure that I have those lists in there and try to stick to the list. And yes, no shame, I would pull out my planner in the middle of the store and stick it in my shopping cart and make sure that I'm referencing it as I'm going, and because I don't want to forget anything and have to come back later on. So shopping list, errands, appointments, all that fun stuff. And then another thing that you can keep track of, I don't think I mentioned. I think I mentioned everything else that I had on my pre-planning sheet, so that makes me excited. My pre-planning sheet, this thing. I also don't think that I'm gonna have as many bloopers as last time, so that makes me excited. This is probably gonna end up as a blooper. Anyway, the thing that I was trying to get at, something else that you can plan for in your planner is budgeting and finances. So it can be as detailed as you want it to be. It can be you just having a savings plan and trying to make sure that you are saving up some money, either a rainy day fund or you're trying to save for something in particular. It can be you sitting down and planning out each time you swipe your card, and you want to make sure that you are tracking every penny. So you can make it as detailed as you want or not. For me personally, I just decided that I was going to buy the inserts to do that and not worry about trying to create my own page for it. I bought a separate financial budget planner, and a lot of planner insert shops, planner companies will have those sorts of options. Also, which reminds me, Happy Planner and other ones too, we'll have planners set for fitness and for wellness. There are other places that sell inserts that you can get for like gardening, which that was really intriguing to me. Holiday planners. So like there's a lot of other things that you can get too, but hopefully this was a lot. What else? Yeah, so I think that kind of wraps up, I think it's a lot of ideas for things that you can do. It's nice because like with paper planning, you can pre-plan out the things that you want to do and want to get done during the week, put checklists down so you can keep track of everything. That's one of the things that I like to do. I have one checklist, typically I put it on Mondays because that's when I like to do my cleaning. So I'll put a cleaning checklist on Monday, and then I'll put other checklists, like 1 or 2 others, typically, sometimes I'll do more, throughout the week. So that as I think of things, because I'm not always able to sit and do everything right when I think about it, so I'll sit and I'll put it on that checklist just so that I can remember it. Kind of like I said earlier about being a brain dump, so it's nice because you can use your planner for that, but then also you can use it as just a way of like, I don't want to say memory keeping, but just so that you can remember when, like I said, I kind of feel like a broken record, but when was the last time that I did this? So that you can easily go back and reference, and then you can say, oh, okay, it actually wasn't that long ago. I'm not due to do whatever this task is again for another week, So it is nice because that was one of the things like with digital planning that I wasn't getting. So it is incredibly helpful. And hopefully this video was helpful for you to give you ideas of other things that you can plan for and put in your planner. So it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be things that you're trying to pre-plan out your week and micromanage everything that you have going on. Your planner can act as a brain dump, as, just like checklists. It can act as something to help you remember when was the last time you did something so that you know when it needs to get done again. And just something to make sure if you're trying to develop like good habits throughout the year or throughout the month, or just make sure that you're not forgetting to do something every day, you can put that in your weekly spread so that you have those things to check off. So I hope that this was incredibly helpful for you and that you got some really great ideas. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already so that you don't miss out on any of my other videos that I have coming up. If you press the bell icon, it'll actually give you pop-up notifications. This way you'll know as soon as my videos go live, because YouTube actually doesn't just tell you when the videos go live. You have to tell YouTube to tell you when the videos go live. Hopefully that makes sense and now you know what the bell icon is for. And be sure to be following me over on Instagram. Over there I am at Coffee Planner Mom, and I will see you guys later. Where's it going with this? So 2020 is coming, or it's here. When I'm filming this, it's still coming. Anyway, 2020 is right here. No,